Great to have you here today. Now, some customers of Menzgold have responded to those who call them greedy for deciding to invest in the gold dealership firm. Since news broke of their inability to access their investments, many have asked the government not to assist them, saying the investment plan advertised by Menzgold was unrealistic, and those who subscribe to it must be allowed to suffer the consequences of their actions. The customers, however, disagree. They believe they were not protected by the state. What transpired on Newsnight on Joy FM when two Menzgold customers responded to critics?
There are tons of your messages coming through on this. I want to share quickly with you, and I'll go to business. George, join us. Let's read through a few because there's a lot of them. This one from Makwesi says, Medina says, Evans, please tell the government if he dares, and government is an individual, he assumes, he dares pay these guys. We, the Betting Boys Association of Ghana, BBAG, will tell the government to get us all our losing bet. Yes. That's
Christine Medina. And this one also says, Evans and MF, I'm wondering what Menzgold customers are doing in your offices, or have they forgotten what they said after Israel Aye went to London to do a story on Menzgold's UK office? That's Yao, Greater Estate. And this one from Gospel Morte, a very long one. It says, Bank of Ghana issues warning alert against those dealing with Menzgold. That warning made it clear that since Menzgold has not been granted licenses, it was operating illegally. And then this one also says, Evans, I'm Frank Intema, please, the man in your studio is not telling the truth. If he can tell you that he didn't hear the announcement on radio and TV. And this one also from Paul says, please tell the customers in your office that I don't pity them a bit. I don't feel sorry for my brother-in-law who has 48,000 Ghana cedis with Menzgold, so they should lick their wounds. They fail to use, okay. And this one also from Eben in Bachona. It says, I'm listening keenly to the Menzgold customers. The government should help them retrieve their money, but the government should not try to use my taxpayers' money to offset the group of greedy people. That's from Eben. And this one from Nana Spinters Road says, I'm so annoyed with those in your studio, disappointed the government is helping them. Kwabna in Ebri says, Menzgold depositors are not babies to play with knife. They are mature men and women to know that all that glitters cannot be gold.
Respond to the messages that you just heard.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in some of them. Look, that is a Ghanaian mindset or black man mindset kind of stuff. He wants to see his brother or his sister suffering. That is them. Look, how can you just tell me that I'm greedy because I invested my money somewhere? Why? So he wants me to, lose everything and be coming to him for money or what? No.
What he's saying,
I have to progress in life.
What he's saying to you is,
yes,
you were warned. You had the warning. There's no way you can say you live in Ghana in the first 5 months and say to me, which you said to our audience, and some of them said they are getting angry at what you said, that you didn't hear the warnings on radio everywhere in newspapers. You never heard.
That time, let me tell you where I was working. I was far in Zema, doing construction.
For 5 months, you never heard?
Trust me. I was in
never came
village.
to Accra.
I was in.
You never left the village.
They are sitting down in their offices and enjoying air conditioning, thinking that everything that they put outside there, people will hear.
But so you were in the village by head of Menzgold?
Yes.
How did you hear of Menzgold in the village? Where you say you were locked up in the village?
My church.
Your church?
Yes.
Your church. Your pastor told you.
That is it.
That is it. And you invested your money.
Yes.
And you were making money. So how were you collecting the 10,000?
Most of the times was from my, my wife will go there then
and take the money for you. Your wife didn't hear also. Never told you that this was happening in the news.
She doesn't even like.
You also say you never heard.
How far-reaching was that?
You never heard the warning.
Was the warning?
I'm asking you. You've also put 40,000. You never had a warning.
Well, I don't know how far-reaching.
I want you to give me a quick reaction to the messages. People are very upset with you.
Well, if investing can be called investing in a company, then you can be referred to as greedy. Then I don't know what
investing in a company about which you've been told by a central bank, by a Securities and Exchange Commission, and you particularly, you put your money there 2 months ago or something.
I put less than 5 a week, less than a week before.
When?
I think on the 11th of September.
So that is when, in the heat of this back and forth with SEC, and you still went ahead and put money there. Why should we have sympathy for you?
Yeah, the reason you should have sympathy for me is that I invested because I don't believe states.
Did you hear the news in September?
Yeah,
it was all over the airwaves.
Yeah, my point is that state institutions, especially their leaders, are paid to work because they have the requisite know-how.
We understand that, but you are a man.
Yeah.
Somebody said a grown-up man.
Yeah.
Some may say with pubic hair in your grey hair in your pubic area, and you still went and invested.
The state should have ensured as soon as it realized this was a Ponzi scheme. It should have been.
No, but you as my question to you and the listener asked, why didn't you as a grown-up man take the responsibility for yourself?
Oh, why do I vote for a government?
No. I'm asking you your question. You as a grown-up man, why didn't you take the responsibility in September, in the midst of the controversy? You still went and invested.
Yeah, because I thought I have to invest my money.
Yes.
And it was
so the listeners who are angry with you said, then accept the responsibility.
Accept the responsibility when I have a state that should protect me.
Okay. I'm grateful, gentle, but at least you're happy that this
action has been taken. Welcoming news. Okay. Better late than never.
The warrant for the arrest of Menzgold CEO Nana Mensah, who is accused of defrauding by false pretense and money laundering, comes months after angry customers agitated for the state's intervention after all their efforts to retrieve their investments failed. Now, before these agitations, JoyNews conducted some investigations into Menzgold's operations. Here is an inset of what we gathered as at August 16, 2017.
Company the Bank of Ghana warned the public about sending their deposits to has been disowned by a Switzerland-based firm it claimed it was affiliated with. Menzgold has stated on its website that it is an affiliate of Swiss Gold Global and shares in its objective of turning the fortunes of groups and individuals around by ensuring absolute financial freedom for people. And that's a quote directly from their website initially. With all the controversy surrounding the company and the operations, JoyNews' Manasseh Azura, when he reached out to Swiss Gold Global in an email and was told there was no such affiliation, Manasseh forwarded that email to me, and here it is for your information. In the email, first I'll tell you, in the email Manasseh sent to Swiss Global, he stated, "I am by this letter requesting from you, Swiss Gold Global, to confirm or deny the fact that this Ghanaian company is indeed affiliated with you." But they replied saying, "Please note that Swiss Gold Global and associated companies have no association with Men's Bank regarding any of their investments. Some years back, we have had some Skype calls with one of the founders where they were interested in our Swiss Gold Global affiliate program. Men's Bank, as such, has never purchased any precious metal from Swiss Gold Global, nor has Swiss Gold Global ever been engaged in any logistics for the voting of precious metal on their behalf." And then there's another line in the email which says, "We have zero association with any of the investment opportunities and we do not authorize them to use our name." Now, Manasseh subsequently engaged an official of Menzgold with information who admitted they no longer have any association with the Swiss company. He had stated, according to Manasseh, that the information about the affiliation with Swiss Gold Global was to enhance their fortunes as a fledgling company in Ghana, adding the IT team would effect the changes. There has indeed been some changes, so that if you go to the Menzgold website right now, they have put up that fresh information where they have actually indicated a disclaimer that they used to be affiliated with the company, but that they are no longer affiliated with Swiss Gold Global.
So that was on August 16, 2017. A year later, on September 24th, 2018, JoyNews editor Israel Aye visited the Menzgold offices in London. Now, his check showed at the time that the company did not operate the same business model as it did in Ghana.
Berkeley Square House, as the name indicates, is adjacent Berkeley Square, a famous landmark in the heart of London and not too far from the city's famous shopping district, Oxford Street.
Now, take a look at the surroundings here.
In July 2018, that was earlier this year, we had the chief executive of Menzgold, Apia Mensah, take a shot at this very spot with his staff behind him. And it was the opening of the Menzgold offices here in London. It's here at Berkeley Square. Now, the fact that this office was open here, for many, suggested that they are into some really good business and that they're doing something really legit, which is welcome here in London. So I'm going to go into the offices to try and find out whether I can get to probably buy some gold here in their offices. So come along as I take a trip in there. Take note of Berkeley Square House.
Access to offices in the building is highly restricted as one needs to go through security entrance lanes. Faced with that challenge of not making it past the lobby, I posed as a businessman seeking to take up office space.
I want to make some inquiries about taking office space here.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Are you looking for the office space within Regis company? Or just any?
Just any.
Yeah, of course.
In the company of a Ghanaian resident in the UK who was at the opening of the Menzgold London office, I was shown round the office suites with rents starting from £3,000 a month. We eventually ended up at the mini lobby area on the first floor where the office of Menzgold is located. Right there on the wall were nameplates for some of the companies which are taking up offices on the floor. There was, however, no Menzgold, even though the office steward taking us round explained it was optional and attracted a fee. As we stood making further enquiries, two ladies emerged from the Menzgold office and looked Ghanaian. And that was about the only clue we picked up about the company's presence at Berkeley House.
So I've been there. I've been to get to see the offices. There's not much to see actually, because it turns out that it's a small office space, and you can. I just saw two ladies coming out of the office where the commissioning of the Menzgold offices took place last July. So there's not really that much to see. There's not even that much signage indicating that this is where the office is. So it's quite in sharp contrast to what we have in Accra, where Menzgold is visibly displayed or is very visible wherever they have their office locations. So I actually tried to reach to Accra to see if I could get anyone here in the office to get to speak with me about the operations here in London, but I wasn't that successful at it. But what I can report is, yes, this is where the offices were inaugurated last July, and it was supposed to be, or it is supposed to be, the offices of Menzgold and Telephone Media here in London. I've been in there, but it's not the typical kind of office or the typical kind of engagement where you have in Accra, where you see a lot of people trooping into the offices to try and buy gold or trade in gold with them. So that's about it. Hopefully we can get some more information from other sources to help you better appreciate what Menzgold does here in London.
While supporters of Apia Mensah, that's the CEO of Menzgold, took to social media to express their displeasure about what Israel Aye had done. In fact, Apia Mensah himself went onto Twitter and Instagram, and I'll just bring you what he posted at the time. Hello, Israel Aye. Today I celebrate your stupidity and retarded mindedness. Set up a provision store today in a kiosk and employ just one Ghanaian. That is more than the pursuit of this evil smear campaign agenda. Maybe you need to be reminded, I am a businessman and not a politician. You can't break me. Business is not a thing for the Pope. Think about it. God bless you. He ends it with that emoji of fire. Well, Israel Aye responds and says, no need for insults, Mr. Apia Mensah. If the people you are jittery about losing their funds do this, I can understand. You need to focus and figure out how to best manage the situation. I am not SEC, neither am I the BOG. Just a journalist sharing my observations, #focus, and that hashtag trended that day as people either took to support Israel Aye or took to social media to support Nana Appiah-Mensah. Well, Nancy Emefa Dradosi has been speaking to some customers earlier in reaction to the arrest warrant for the CEO of the gold dealership firm Menzgold.
Finally, the president has listened to our cries. What we were asking for, that is what the president has done for us. So yes, I was happy. But see, what he has started, he has to finish it. What we need is our money. So yes, he has started something. Let's bring the guy, sit down with him, do a payment schedule, let him pay our money. All that we're asking for is our money, and that's it.
I was very, very elated, except that in Ghana sometimes the leader, they start something and just for you to feel that they're about to do it, but they end up slipping. So all we're asking for is for them to start it from this moment and then conclude it, get the man arrested, confiscate all his assets, any asset that can be traced to Menzgold investment should be retrieved and then used to pay us. And so that is basically our demand. But apart from that, all along we've also been hearing that the government doesn't have to come in because it's not government business to help us. But all we also say is that we are citizens, and whether through fault of ours or not, it is the responsibility of the government to cater for us, because we are tax-paying Ghanaians.
On the warrant, we saw that it was defrauding by false pretense. As customers, I know that at the very beginning, you stood by him, you supported him, and then we also hear that also there's money laundering in all of this. Are you shocked at this particular revelation?
Well, the money laundering issue, I must say, we are really shocked, because we never thought he was a fraudster. To be honest with you, apart from believing that he was doing a genuine business, there was an indirect endorsement from all angles. This matter, unless we get to the final conclusion, we cannot say the government has done well, because they may get back to sleep. So let's see the end of it. The end justifies the means. Let's see the end product, and then whatever congratulatory message that there is, we would then give it to the government.
We realized that most of his properties, for instance, the buildings, were not exactly his own. They are rented buildings. Some are suggesting that even if they decide to sell off, some of these assets, we will not be able to get, the monies to pay the about 1.8 million customers, and the monies there are huge.
It's about $200 million.
$200 million. I don't know for a fact,
but that is what they are telling us. Look,
but do you think
the guy has the money?
Okay.
From our source, the guy has the money, but how to bring the money is the issue here. That is why they are saying the government should assist them so that they do a payment schedule, then they will be able to pay the monies. You get what I'm saying?
You still have that hope in you?
Sure, yes, he has the money. Then why all this money has gone to? I mean, where on this head? I mean, with $200 million, we are talking about $200 million. What did he use the money for?
This has greatly affected my life. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you are not able to put money on the table, and it's an embarrassment. You look at the faces of your kids and you cannot provide for them. It's an ordeal that no parent would like to ever like to experience in his life. And your child comes back with a note that they've been asked to pay school fees, and as a parent, you put your hands onto your head and you're like, oh God, where am I going to get this money to pay my child's school fees? How is the future of my child going to be? So it's been a nightmare since this issue cropped up.
I'm interested if you can share this lesson with even people who are watching.
Surely we should learn some lessons from it. We should learn some lessons from it. Before you invest, the financial literacy level is low in this country.
Sometimes you sleep, you wake up, and you realize that, hey, all these funds is just gone into the drain like that. It becomes headache, nightmare. I can't sleep. I can't do anything. I'm being seriously affected by this thing. So my lesson, yes, I've learned a lot of lessons. I was telling a friend of mine yesterday, look, if I ever get any money at all, what I've started, that is building, making sure I buy cement, that one, yes. If I build and the house is there, when I wake up, I say, okay, this is what I've invested my money for. But me, even going to the bank to even save again, Christ, no. My 3 bank accounts, I make sure everything, I close everything. I don't want to even have anything to do with the bank, to have anything to do with this kind of savings and loans, blah, 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 investment. I'm done. Even if I get 2 CDs, I make sure I'll gather it, go and buy cement.
Thank you. Evans, Ewuji and Mahmoud, Salifu, thank you very much. So you've been hearing them, lessons have been learnt, and all they're asking is that their monies be paid them, even though they're excited that a warrant has been issued for the arrest of the CEO of Menzgold.
Well, even though we are told by the police CID that Interpol has been put on red alert to help in finding when Appiah Mensah is, the website of Interpol does not have him as at a minute ago as a wanted person. We'll still be keeping our eyes on this story and bring you updates from the police CID.